Now, you've been our correspondent on all things Dolphin heading into their start next year.
Yeah.
They missed out, though, on one of their...
Well, they've missed out on a few. I mean, the list is long now on who they're missing out on. Obviously, the latest is Ryan Matterson, who's staying at Parramatta on a 4-year deal, and they were very confident that they were going to get him. They still are talking to Dolphins today, very confident that they are in the running for Cameron Munster. And obviously it won't be next year, but that's in 2024. Milford will end up there, I think, as well. And I think potentially Sean O'Sullivan from the Panthers will most likely end up there as well. They're lacking some outside backs. There's no two ways about it. And their forward pack's very strong. Wayne Bennett's done a good job with that. But I strongly believe that the NRL have got it wrong with this expansion bid in the way they've handled the cap for the Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins will get the same cap as every other club in 2023, but you can't go and build a team the way they're building it at the moment without some dispensation. And if you look at other codes and how they've gone to these new franchises, I know the Brisbane Lions' success in the early 2000s, they had a living away from home allowance. They made it a little bit more enticing. The Dolphins would love to be able to sign players 2 years out rather than 1 year prior to leaving a club, but the NRL didn't want to do that. There has to be a better way. If you look at when the Titans came in 2007, it's safe to say that that hasn't been as successful as it could be. And that's the reason, because they have to, for the sake of the game, give them a little bit more sugar than the other clubs. Now, I'm sure, Gus, you probably don't agree because you've got your own club to run, but there has to be some dispensation if we're going to make this work.
Why are you putting words in my mouth? Why do you think I'm going to object? I think you're 1,000,000% right. Oh. And I think the way that the league has gone about its expansion project is absolutely amateurish in the extreme. There's no draft. There's no salary cap dispensation. There's no draft choices. When they put GWS into Western Sydney, the advantages and the amount of investment they put in those to make the new franchise work was incredible. We've got no plan to bring a new team in, right? We hand it to Redcliffe and say, well, catch and kill your own. You go and get your own. Firstly, they needed 2 years if they're going to do it this way. They needed 2 years to be able to go out and recruit and to get ready to have a competitive team and to attract talent. They needed 2 years of players coming off contract, not one. But secondly, there's no plan around what it's going to look like in 2, 5, 10, 15 years' time, or even if they'll still exist in that time. That's the key for me. Our game is not set up. You've got to have a draft, and you've got to be able to have equal opportunity for clubs at the bottom to be able to get the talent that's coming around. We have top teams feeding on bottom teams. The whole system is wrong. The whole system of recruitment and development is wrong. Yet we just go and put another 17th team in and go. I agree. We need an 18th team coming up in the next 5 years, but our process of doing it is actually amateurish. It's amateurish. We're leaving the future of the Redcliffe and what this new franchise is going to look like to two blokes: the name of Wayne Bennett and the talent scout Peter O'Sullivan. Yeah. And they're saying, you build us another team. Well, that's not how it should work. The NRL should build the team and get it set up with its infrastructure.
They've done some wonderful things in the sense that they've gone to Rockhampton, they've gone to Bundaberg, they're building pathways. But that takes 5, 10, 15
20
years.
years. 20 years it takes.
Do you think they rush into it too soon?
Well, the NRL was
particularly after the last couple of years of COVID, not a lot of junior football going on.
I don't think we've rushed into it too soon.
Development.
We just don't have the system to expand. We haven't got a system to expand in how to bring a team into the league. And in how they're going to recruit and how they're going to develop their initial roster. We've never planned it. Years ago, I mean, when the Super League ended, they just threw teams together. They put 3 teams into Melbourne. They won a comp straight away. They put 2 teams down at St George, and they won. They went good, but then they've been struggling ever since.
99. You look at 99, and you go, well,
they threw West and Balmain together. Thank you. They threw Manly and North together.
Don't go.
Sorry, mate.
Bad days. The Northern Eagles were bad days.
I apologise. I didn't mean to bring that up.
Yes, you did.
The Mighty Bears.
Mighty Bears. Yep.
Where are they?
They're coming back, Davey.
They're going to be the 18th team.
They're coming back. The drums are beating.